But for CT, I mean, we're wrestling fans, me and Joe. The ultimate face turn with CT. Everyone hated him. He turned face. One of my favorite seasons was actually when it was Rivals and him and Wes won. I mean, that was just an incredible season, and they became lifelong friends. So, you know, obviously.
At the end when he's like, are we friends now? Are we buddies now? Are we friends now?
Yep.
When he's like messing. Yeah, and number one, you're right. It's you know where I'm going. It's Johnny Bananas. He's got 6 wins up until Ashley had taken the money from Hunter. Johnny had won the most money on the show. And if you say The Miz has the most successful career off of the challenge, Bananas would be number 2. He's on other reality shows. He's on that cooking show on the Food Network, the worst cooks in America right now. Yep. He hosts a show on NBC, The Look. Yeah, First Look, yeah. And he's been on, Barstool and all of those types of shows as well. So I think he's done a good turn. It is interesting that since he took the money from Sarah, he has not made it to another final. And a lot of people like to talk about the curse, that he's been cursed now.
So overall, a solid list. I really love Landon as an honorable mention because if he kept doing them, I think he would have just piled up the wins. Yes. There's one glaring omission here from your honorable mention and top 5 list, and that is the godfather of Road Rules and the Challenge, Mark Long.
I knew I knew you were going to say that, and it's funny that as I finished my honorable mention list and I went into my top 5, I realized I left him off. He is another one. Did you see there was a recent article that he alluded to the fact that he'd be willing to dust things off again and come back one more time if it wasn't for such a rigorous shooting, whatever he's doing right now in his career is hosting stuff. He doesn't feel like he can give away 6 weeks or 8 weeks of his life to go for this, but he wants to. And I saw a recent picture of him. Dude is still in great shape. He's jacked.
Yeah, so Keith, I don't know if you follow up on anything that The Ringer does. They have amazing content. But a couple weeks ago, they were doing all their bracket stuff in the midst of the fallout from March Madness and not having anything right to do. So they did a reality show character star bracket. And I remember Johnny Bananas made it all the way to the end, but he was an 11th seed at the beginning. And I know there was a lot of disrespect and a lot of hate on Twitter thrown The Ringer's way because Bananas was too unfairly seated. So I don't know if you were ever into that or anything, but I remember it was a big topic of discussion. So,
I actually missed that.
He took out every Jersey Shore cast member. I was very surprised because, Ron, they changed terminology. I love that you love Jersey Shore, Keith. Just love it.
Oh yeah, we could talk about the Sitch. Yeah, we could talk about all of them.
Yeah, buddy.
So Keith, we have mentioned a lot of talent in the last 45 minutes or so. A lot of people very well known in the sports world that you have worked with. But let's let them slide for a second here. We can include family here. We can include friends in this. This is a very, very hard industry to work with. You said it to yourself before. There was a stretch where you had worked 37 days working multiple jobs, mostly freelance jobs, nothing really full-time. Had a day off, worked another 17. Very vigorous. A lot of the things that we do, we make a lot of sacrifices, and mentally it can get exhausting. So my question to you is, it's kind of personal, but I think it's very, very important. What is the best piece of advice that you have ever received in your entire life? Or what was the best conversation you ever had with somebody that made you basically into the person that you are today?
I definitely can't give you just one. I'll give you a few. Let's go back to when I made the decision that I was going to try to go to become a broadcaster. End of my freshman year of college. I remember sitting down, and my sister, who's a little bit older than me, she said to me, she goes, I don't know much about broadcasting, but I'd imagine that it's going to be really difficult to do because everyone loves sports. She said, if you're going to do this, I think you need to go full out and just give up all the other things in your life and really go forward for it. I remember, and that's always stuck with me. I remember speaking with both my mother and my father, who were always in my corner. And if I brag for a second, I did really well academically in school, and they both really wanted me to go the law path originally. But when they saw the passion I had for broadcasting, they too said to me, whatever you need to do, wherever you need to move, we would miss you if you moved, but you do what you need to do and you follow your dream. And I thought that was amazing. And I also remember early on dating my wife, when I was a struggling broadcaster, I was working, but nothing major, nothing on the national level. I kind of jokingly made a comment that, I'm probably not going to make a lot of money or make it big till I'm in my 40s. And she said, I don't care. And after we got married, I don't believe, and I'm actually going to strike that, there is zero chance that I would be where I am in my career if I did not have my wife in my corner. Like everyone says, like behind every strong man, there's a stronger woman. She's not behind me, so we stand next to each other. Like all the cheesy ways that you can say it, but it's 100% true. If it wasn't for the belief in my abilities by my wife, early on when I wasn't making a lot of money and I was working all those crazy jobs, who's to say if she wouldn't have said, you really should try to just get a desk job and get a full-time job so that we can like pay bills easier and not have to worry. She never did that. She never made any ultimatums. She always said, I believe in you and I know you're going to make it. And luckily I feel like I have. And I would simply say that family-wise, I could not have done it without any of them. And I want to give one more shout out to my mentor, Ed Ingles. He is a legend in the industry, mostly CBS Sports Radio. He passed away earlier this year in February. He was our professional resident at WRHU at Hofstra University, and he's the first person that kind of took me and many of the other Hofstra people under his wing. And even until his last couple of months in this world, he would reach out randomly, send emails, and I'm still friends with his daughter as well, who I was at college with. So I'd like to give a shout out to Ed Ingles as well. But without all of those people, I don't believe that I would be where I am.
Keith, usually when we're on the show, we have our guests give the last word. But I honestly think what you just said speaks for itself. I think that was amazing. I think you're an awesome guy. I think you're a lot of fun. I think this was a lot of fun. And I honestly couldn't have imagined this going any better. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for coming on. We really, really enjoyed your time. I hope everything goes back to normal soon. Thanks again for doing this. We got to do it again, man.
You guys are the best. Whenever you need me, you let me know. I'm down if you want to talk some more reality TV as well. I'm here for you.
Keith, it's been an absolute pleasure. We look forward to having you back as Mad Dog or Mike Francesa to talk Jersey Shore, because that would just be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, guys. What? Welcome into the show!
There you have it. Everybody, make sure you check out Keith's current show, Virtual Ring, on his YouTube page. It's incredible. And for Keith and for Joe, I'm Nick. Thank you for listening to another episode of You Know I'm Right.